What's up, weirdo? Shadetree Surgeon here, and it's time for yet another episode of the Yamaha XS650 Chopper Build Series. If you caught the last episode of the build series, you'll know that I had a bunch of really cool stuff to put on the bike that I didn't get to. First and foremost being this. This is the Joe Wise Guy 2-in-1 intake for the Yamaha XS650, and I am super excited about putting this on there. So I'm not sure if it's going to be able to work right, because right now I've got the VM34 carbs, and when I got those carbs, they were already set up to be used in a dual carb application. So I don't exactly know how it's going to react to me just slapping one carb on the end of this. I also only have a dual pull throttle cable. It's actually a single throttle cable that goes into two, so I'm hoping I can just stick one in there and it'll work, but there's only one way to find out, so let's dive right into this thing. First things first, I gotta pull the old intake manifolds off this thing. Well, this one's set up here because that is the carb I'm going to use for now. This one is just going to go into storage. Now I can go ahead and get these intake manifolds off of here. These are actually really nice intake manifolds. They're from TC Brothers, and they sell these instead of the stock plastic ones when you're running dual VM34s without an air box so they don't crack. They're really nice pieces, they're just no longer going to work for my application. Shoot, I forgot that we Yama bonded these things on. Dang, it's gonna provide a little bit of entertainment getting them off, isn't it? This is what I get for doing things right. Oh, shit. Well, it came off. All right, so obviously if I'm gonna reapply some more Yama bond, and I think I will because it worked pretty good sealing the other ones, I'm gonna have to clean this old stuff off. And after that, just a little bit of brake clean on the surfaces, just to make sure there's no oil or grease. If you're using Yama bond, which is absolutely awesome, by all means use it, the surfaces you are applying it to have to be completely clean, or else it will not form a seal. This is a Yamaha, and there's plenty of Yama bond holding it together. All right, I'm gonna use the official Dylan, aka Yama Gang, dab method. Just a fair warning, you're going to need some smaller Allen wrenches to really get in there and tighten this properly. It doesn't leave you a whole lot of clearance. Alright, well it's beer 30 because my man Yama Gang showed up. Although I don't know how much longer he's going to be called Yama Gang since he's the new star technician at Tampa Triumph. We'll be doing a video up there with those guys and Dylan pretty soon, but today we're still fucking with Yamahas.
What it'll probably do is it'll probably run until you get to like you know,
it doesn't have enough pressure to push it in there.
It'll start coughing out on you.
There's only one way to find out, I guess. Physics, man. Who knew there'd be physics when it comes to building choppers?
Gravity.
Alright guys, it's the next day. Me and old Dylan had one too many Michelobes, and it ended up being way too dark outside to start this bike up and ride it around. But here is the finished product. Alright, I had to give my camera a second to acclimate to this humidity, but here's what it looks like. I know a lot of you guys are going to hate this. A lot of people are going to think it looks ridiculous, but I absolutely love it. I think it looks so weird and just like ballsy hanging off the side like that, you know, with this carburetor hanging in the breeze. Especially when you look at it like from the back here, and you look down and you see the mag on one side and the carb on the other, that, in my opinion, just looks totally badass. I am really, really stoked about it. When you look at how skinny the bike is, you know, that's what I love. You see how skinny this thing is, and then you just got these two massive pieces of mechanical engineering things hanging off the side of it. It just looks so freaking cool. In my opinion, anyway, and it's my bike, so my opinion matters. Anyway, that's enough talking about how it looks. Will it even run? That's the new question. All right, let's see if we can even get this thing to start. Well, that wasn't very dramatic. Oh. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the carb needs a little bit of tuning to be right, because this was set up for 2 carbs, not 1. Let's see how she runs. Alright. Take a second. Remember, it's a foot clutch. So you don't dump this thing all over the ground immediately. Oh, or do that. Gotta remember, you cannot put your left foot on the ground when you're trying to start moving. Well, it runs, sort of. Definitely not what I'd call ideal. Not sure if that's going to be because of a fueling issue, or... Yeah, it's like stuttering right off of idle. If that's because of fuel, or if that's just because of, I don't even know what it could be. Not super happy about that, though. Once you get it past that, though, it's just fine. Definitely not happy. Well, I mean, I know it works. I know it will work, so, like I said, I eventually want to get the Electron on there anyway, but maybe some of you guys who know a little bit more about carbs and going from a 2-carb to a 1-carb setup can give me a little bit of advice to fix that off-idle stumbling that it's having. And to be honest with you, it actually had a little bit of a stumble with the 2-carb setup as well. It just wasn't as pronounced as this. I don't know if this is an already existing problem that is just exacerbated by going to 1 carb, or... Like I said, once you get it above a certain RPM, it runs like a fucking champ. Oh, dude, come on now. I'd like to get run over in my own damn neighborhood. Oh, man, I keep saying we're so close. Oh, shit. And we are. We're really close, but now I gotta figure out this 1-carb thing. Of course, I am gonna go to the Electron, so... Come on. Oh, you sumbitch. Don't make me push you back. Man. This bike has never made me push it back. That'd be such a bummer. Alright. Why that kick? That's what I want to know. Why that kick? Now, it seems like now, if you just accelerate real slow, it's actually doing alright. It seems like maybe it's just the fast acceleration that causes it to stumble. But yeah, now it seems like it's doing alright. But when I tried to whack it open, that's when it really stumbled all over its face. Or maybe it just wasn't warmed up? I mean, I don't know, dude. I could write a book about the stuff I don't know, though. smooth acceleration, it seems really, honestly, just fine now. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Oh, maybe it just needed to warm up. Riding this thing is such a freaking blast. Oh, maybe it just needed to warm up, dude. It's really running a lot better now. Yeah, that stumble is completely gone, man. I think it was just freaking cold. That's all there was to it. I mean, I wouldn't say it's running perfectly. I still don't think I'm going to get an idle out of it, but I mean, maybe I could. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. My hand is off the throttle. Damn, would you look at that? We have idle, ladies and gentlemen. Now, will it idle in gear? Yes, it will. A bike that idles. This is a new milestone. I don't know, man. I think this. Whoa. I was just saying something nice about you. I think this intake is the coolest, man. I'm really into it. Oh, almost died there. I wouldn't say it's the best idle, but it is an idle. And don't worry, this will change. Well, I think that's going to bring us to about the end of this episode. I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. Obviously, I mean, the bike could be running better, that's for sure, but it's running, it's idling, it's running through the gears now. It's not just like stumbling over its face, so I gotta imagine it was just cold. And maybe this thing takes longer to warm up with one carb than it does with two. I really don't know. I'll have a link to the Joe Wise Guy eBay store if you've got an XS650 and you want a carb like this. He also makes like a more traditional 2-into-1 that exits out the back like you're used to seeing. So if you don't want this like wild freaking thing sticking out of the front of your bike, but still want a 2-to-1, Joe Wise Guy still makes a cool intake for you. Like that, everything bolted right up and it works like a champ, man. Didn't really even take a whole lot of carb adjustments, honestly. Ah, man, I'm some wiring away from making this thing street legal. That's the next step, is to make it actually street legal. So I need to make it street legal because I want to be able to ride it around without constantly looking over my shoulder for Barney, you know what I mean? Plus, I'm sure my neighbors would probably really enjoy it if I took this on some different roads besides around the neighborhood. Anyway, till next time, y'all, keep it weird. Dude, this carburetor and this intake is like actually cold. I wonder if that's just, what is that from? Huh, Maybe one of you guys who managed to watch all the way to the end will be able to tell me. Anyway, for real this time. Till next time, keep it weird.